Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to episode 200.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Quickest
This
one
is
ever.
this is 200. Most podcasts would make a big deal about it. But we're not most podcasts. To me, it's just one more than 199.
Now, 203, that's a big deal.
203 is a big deal. We got a
Yeah.
huge thing
Yeah.
planned for 203.
Yeah, 203 is massive.
Yeah. Speaking of 203 and massive,
God.
thank you, Grit Automation, for being our platinum level sponsor. This will actually come out the week before. Yeah, it's the week before the con.
Con.
Good job, guys. But yes, Grit Automation, our platinum level sponsor for SplinterCon. Oh, I didn't tell you. I spoke to the sticker company today,
Oh.
and I sent them some stuff that we had, and they made a few modifications and added something special. So we will have a special edition sticker
Really?
for the con.
Wow. Con.
You know those are going to end up on eBay, and there's going to be this bidding war.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, this weekend, Ronnie, I was at Johnson's Workbench up in Charlotte, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Jason, everybody was coming up saying, hey, you guys are great. We love the 3 splinters.
Awesome.
Everybody listens to the podcast that
That's
came there.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool to hear.
I handed out a few stickers.
That means we speak Michigan.
That's right. And I was like right here on the mitten.
Okay. They all do that. They all know where they are in the hand.
Oh, absolutely. And I met Aaron Geller. He lives right here on the mitten.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched a barn build to a house last night on YouTube on the up the top pinky fingernail, Traverse City.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a cool location. Yeah.
I met so many cool people. And what a lumberyard. I was sending you pictures, right?
Yes, that was cool. That
22-foot sapele boards. And Matt, who runs there, he's a big fan of ours. And he said, next time, Ronnie should order from me. And I go, absolutely.
You need to let him know he's not. I don't think he's showing up on Google because that place in Cleveland, outside of Cleveland, was the only place that was coming up for me. So I must not have searched for the right thing, or I'm about the same distance away from there as I am Cleveland. It's about 5.5 hours probably.
Did you see that stack of all the marine plywood?
Yes, that was amazing.
Ronnie, it was, when you think of a lumberyard, everybody thinks of building materials, trusses, land beams. None of that. It was all domestic hardwood, exotic hardwood, slab, and all kinds of just bundles and packages. Oh my God, I snoozed. There were like 3 massive stacks of cherry. And the way they do it is they wrap them in bundles, and they'll just say they take away the board foot dimensions on there, but there may be about anywhere from 6 to 10 sticks in there. It's all surface thickness, just above 3/4 and straight line ripped.
Wow.
And when I looked at these bundles of cherry, I was like, oh my God, 132 for a bundle, 140 for a bundle, all clear, no sapwood.
Wow.
So I said, okay.
Which place was that called?
It's called Johnson's Workbench,
Okay.
L&L Miller, Johnson. It's up in Charlotte. They have another location, but it's and I'll be there in South Bend, October 17th.
Well,
I was just amazing. So I go out on Saturday morning to pick my bundles. That was Thursday afternoon when I saw that all the cherries gone except for 3 bundles, and they were all sapwood. So when I do the South Bend location, they're going to ship me about 3 or 4 bundles.
Nice. Well,
It was incredible.
When I build my bigger boat, it'll have sapele sides, so that's really good to know.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just and what I sent you was just like a quarter of what they had.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that you're already talking about building another boat.
Yeah, if you followed me and watched, you'd know that from the beginning. But
No, I mean, I know you've always wanted to build another boat, but like, because you talked about adding onto your shop. I didn't even know you were on
right,
YouTube. Are you on YouTube?
no, you don't know.
Oh.
It was cool. I pulled up your boat build videos today in the office with one of our product managers. And he says, "Yeah, yeah, you see, I'm subscribed to Ronnie." I go, "Okay."
No, that's awesome.
Everybody's following along. It's cool.
Well,
Yeah,
not everybody, Sedge, to
not
be fair.
everybody, everybody but Jason.
Yeah,
He
I
said if
still have
you,
yet to see a single one of those videos.
You
yeah,
I
gotta
don't
be
watch a lot
kidding
of
me.
wood. I don't watch any woodworking stuff on YouTube. None. I really don't. Like I used to sit down and like watch my friends' videos like on a weekend. Matter of fact, this is funny. The only time I ever watch woodworking videos is when I'm either searching for something myself or when Patrick is here. Because when Patrick is here, he plops on my couch, he steals my remote, and he goes through all of the people I'm subscribed to and sees like who has new videos, but he's already seen all of them, every one of them. And I'm like, oh, Ronnie's got a new video, or Sedge got a new video, or Nick Padula's got a new video, or whoever. And he's like, oh yeah, I watched that. That one he's doing this and that. I'm like, can we watch? He's like, I've already watched it. I'm like, we are at my house, Patrick. You do realize that, right? We are at my house.
you have to start letting him watch for you and start sending you the good ones. He can pre-screen them for you.
He can. He can.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody out there that has a YouTube channel, just know that Patrick is probably watching your videos.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time. Boat building's not for everybody. It's very little. It's a little category that you're either into it or you're not. So,
I
but
mean, I want to build a boat. I'd love to build a
someday
boat.
you'll want to. You'll find my videos in 20 years, and you'll be like, man, now I've seen it finally. You'll
Yeah,
be
it'll be like an
you'll be
old episode of
60.
This Old
You'll
House.
be 66. But
Ronnie's
Ronnie,
old house.
I
what?
just want to point out you're out of paper towels in the background.
I've got the roll over here. I had a little. I had a little. I was using denatured alcohol, and you know how it is when you pour it on a paper towel, it goes away in like
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
So I finally took the whole roll over there and just started pouring it on there. Yeah, yeah, fun stuff. Denatured alcohol almost disappears immediately. Did you know that? It's like
Yep.
Yeah.
crazy.
What's
Crazy.
what's the other
Lacquer
one?
thinner.
Yeah,
Lacquer thinner, but there's something else that I have in my shop that
xylene,
Naphtha.
no,
naphtha. That's one that does it.
maybe it is denatured alcohol.
Probably is. There's brushing thinner too. That does it.
Well, sometimes when I like clean my airless or my
Mhm.
sprayer or whatever, like I usually just run water through it because I only spray water-based stuff. But sometimes I will put a little bit of splash. I'm pretty sure it's denatured alcohol. Put a little bit of splash of denatured alcohol in it with it, and then run that
Mm.
through, and it just does a better job cleaning it.
It was really interesting this week, and I would have never have thought about it. But you throw your tips into the Shaper ultrasonic thing, huh?
Yes, yes. Ronnie, do you have an ultrasonic cleaner?
No, I do not.
Dude,
I was
get
going to get
one.
one for jewelry once because the where my she gets her ring size and stuff, they put it in there. When they take it out of there, it's amazing. But yeah, I just found out not long ago you can get one for tools.
Yeah.
Crap, Ronnie. Now I kind of
Yeah.
want to put my watch in there.
Yep. It's funny.
Yeah.
Everybody at Johnson's had one of those under their arm walking out with it.
Yeah, those are sweet.
They
Yeah.
sold tons of those this weekend.
Well, 5
know,
people will be going home from our meetup with them.
5 people.
Really?
Five
I'm going to put
well,
my
maybe
name in
4.
on that one. I want to put my name in on that
Maybe
one.
I
3
am
because
too.
Ronnie and
Maybe
Sedge need
3.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
maybe
want
3.
one.
They do a great job of like, diamonds where the clasps are. You can't get in there unless you like use a toothbrush or something. It
Mhm.
gets it completely clean, comes out crazy because there's no
Well-
like water spots or anything.
What was really cool, so the Shaper one comes with like a bit cleaner, right? And I guess that was the whole like put your Shaper bits in here and clean
Yep.
them, right? And Spagnolo did a video on ultrasonic cleaner for like using bits and all that. But when I did my video on the Graco, I had mentioned in the video that I got lazy a few times and I wouldn't clean the tips out very well, or I'd let it sit a little bit too long before I got around to cleaning it, and stuff would start to dry and gunk up inside the tips, and like rendering the tips basically inop, right? So I started, just putting them in water in between coats, which is fine because water will keep the stuff wet. But it doesn't necessarily like make it go away or get out of the spray tip. And so sometimes it'll still sit in there. And so unless you clean it really well, it can start to maybe cure. I don't know what the deal is, but so many people recommended in that video said, "Hey, you mentioned you put your tips in water. Have you ever thought about putting them in an ultrasonic cleaner?" And I already had an ultrasonic cleaner, never thought about it before. So guess what I did? The very next time I sprayed, I went over to the ultrasonic cleaner and I put those tips in there in between and put the old tips that I was worried about that were still clogged. As soon as I turned it on, you ever seen like something like old pictures of like the Arizona that's underwater
Yes.
in Hawaii, and like you still see like the
Oil.
oil like kind of seeping
Yep.
out. It's exactly what it looked like. As soon as I turned it on, everything that was inside of it just started seeping out. It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I
then-
never thought of that. Never thought of
Yeah.
rubber bits.
Have you ever been to that national monument, the Arizona?
Which one?
I've not been to Hawaii.
In Hawaii, where they built that national monument on top of the Arizona? It creeps you out because oil is still coming out of it.
I've heard that. It's crazy.
It is, I had heard about it, but when you see it, it's like,
Yeah.
oh. And then you
Everybody
go
says
onto
that.
the monument. It's like there must have been 100 people out there, and
Wow.
nope, it was you couldn't even hear anything. Everybody was so quiet. It was yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people said that it must be really cool because they all
Yeah.
say that. They all say it's like kind of a category in itself, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Someday I'll go there.
Hey, can I ask you in that ultrasonic tank, do you put solvent or water? What do you put in there?
They have a solvent. I don't know what it is to be like. It's probably just like any other. It's just rebranded. Kind of like the Rubio. What is it?
Cleaner.
Cleaner or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably mineral spirits or whatever else it is. But there's probably tons of different cleaners that you can get and put in a ultrasonic cleaner, I would think. But it's just so cool. But I was telling Sedge this yesterday, Ronnie. It's weird though, because if you have headphones in
Mm-hmm.
and you go over to it and you turn it on, it'll like give you interference in your headphones.
That frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be bad if you didn't know that and you're recording a YouTube video while you had your ultrasonic on. Go back to see your footage and it's like,
Ooh, good
That would
point.
be
I wonder if
bad.
that would.
Yeah.
it probably would for sure.
Huh. It is kind of like a buzzing noise, while it's on. But it's
Hey,
really
what-
cool. I think I'll use it a lot more often, especially on router bits. Like, because you burn router bits up real quick and they get all, they get super hot and they get all the gunk and crap on them. Like I have some. I put them in there, turn that thing on. It comes with a little brush. You can brush your bits off. And I've seen people that have like actually put like super dirty router bits in there and turn it on and pull them out, and they're spotless afterwards.
So, what is the one that there's going to be 5 of? What is it called?
It's just Shaper Origins or Shapers.
Oh, it's a Shaper brand.
It's the
okay.
Shaper brand.
Okay.
bit
Yeah,
cleaner.
I forgot you started with that. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a Shaper brand one. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's actually only 3, Ronnie.
3 what?
Uh,
Oh, there's those 3. Oh, yeah.
ultrasonics.
I mean, those 3. Yeah, you're
Those
giving away
3.
those 3 things. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I missed. I don't know where I got 5.
Yeah, I don't know why I said 5. That was a mistake on my part. I miscounted. I'll just put in a couple of extra tickets, and on that one I'll be like, 126. Anybody
Right.
126? I guess they're not here.
Roger Cunningham.
We'll set that one off to the side.
That's funny. Well,
So, anything?
how big is the
7
is
inches.
yeah. Well, it probably. I'm guessing that's about what size it is. The compartment is about 7 inches by like square. That's what I'm picturing. 6 inches.
It's man, yeah, that really threw me off.
Wow.
It's like
I'm like, I backed away from my mic and I go,
The
I'm gonna
reason
leave.
why I'm asking this is I was thinking it'd be nice you could put a good 12-inch saw blade in there.
no, you can't. You cannot.
Oh my God. This just went into the gutter.
I was
Wow.
really seriously thinking about it. It'd be nice. I'm sure they make one, but I was thinking it'd be nice if you put a saw blade in there. Yeah.
I'm sure they probably do make a ultrasonic cleaner that would be big enough for that. They
Hmm.
I'd say it's probably like 8 by 5. And it has a little basket that goes in it. So you pour the liquid in there and the basket goes in and you can actually like lift the basket up and take it out.
Yes. Now I'm looking right now and it says that they're coming out in the fall with a Magnum edition.
Ronnie. Ronnie.
Didn't your great grandmother invent the ultrasonic
Yeah.
cleaner?
Well, she did, but there wasn't any power yet. So she had to put it on hold.
Yeah.
Hey, you know that old joke, right? About magnums? Each one has a serial number on it. It's at the very end when you unroll it all the way. Oh, you guys wouldn't know that.
I have to put explicit on this one.
No, you don't actually. I was just thinking
No.
it's completely, there's nothing bad about what we
There's
just talked
absolutely, I
about.
mean, we're talking about ultrasonic cleaners.
I know, and
Yes.
saw blades and sizes of
Yeah.
the saw blades. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't. I
If, pe-
actually, I
if
think I'm
people
just
have a
saying.
dirty mind like that, I don't want them at the meetup.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think that was right. What I just saw. I don't think they are coming out with that, by the way. But
Yeah.
I read it wrong.
Wow.
It's just a standard edition. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But now they've got an idea.
Yeah. Yeah, the Magnum.
Magnum.
I'm interested though. I want to see. I guess I could Google it now, but there has to be a large ultrasonic cleaner that could clean blades.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what all the sharpening services have because they clean the
Oh,
blades
duh.
first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They probably just have a
So-
gigantic vat.
You
Yeah.
guys want to hear? You guys want to hear something wicked cool? Because we're trying to get everything together for the build off coming up in Tampa, and at first we bought a Skylink so we could do Festool Live on Friday there.
Oh, you mean Starlink?
Starlink, that's it,
Mhm.
and it's horrible. The
Really?
upload speeds, it sucks. It really
Um,
does. It's
Jason-
really poor uploads.
I think Indiana, when I looked at the map, was not a strong area.
Oh
FYI.
no.
I think Starlink is better in Florida than it is in Indiana.
Yeah. Well, we have Starlink going over us every night.
Yeah, but I
And-
think it's stronger. I looked at the data map
Yeah.
and it's stronger on the East Coast and the West Coast, and then as you get towards the middle, it gets a little weaker.
So we talked to one of the guys in IT, and he said, "Yeah, it's horrible." Because wherever he uses it, he's part of an emergency team. They tried it; it didn't work. So we had in our arsenal a Verizon hotspot.
That's what I
Oh
used
my
forever.
God, does
Yeah.
that work good? And
It does.
and he
Ronnie,
showed
isn't that what
us.
you have right now?
Yeah, when it works, it works. But there's times when it doesn't.
Ah.
Did you have the Starlink router also with it, or do you
Yes.
just have the Starlink? I've been blown away. I have it at the house that Cameron's living at now with his 3 friends. They stream 3 YouTubes at the same time at night. They're in their room like
Well-
watching YouTube.
Well, that's download. Download was fantastic, but upload, if you're doing a live, is horrible.
I've got it. I'll send you my screenshot of what my speed test was just for comparison.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was.
Our speed test upload was only 11.
And I didn't do their speed test. I did that like a third party speed
That's
test.
what-
You can
Yeah.
you can do it on
That's
the
what
app. I didn't
we all-
believe their app.
No, neither do it. Neither
Yeah.
did we. We were doing it right from the computer, and we did like 2 or 3 different test
Really?
sites. Yep.
Huh.
It's okay. The Verizon smoked it, and the guy in IT who's really good at this, he showed us because we did a thing where the towers were in where the school is, Florida School of Woodwork. We have 3 Verizon towers.
Oh, then you'll probably be fine then.
Yeah,
You'll be
he
fine.
said you guys will be smoking even more because we only have 1 Verizon tower where we're at.
Yeah, that'd be
And-
good.
So what's cool about that is next year I want to do. You know how we have a Festool sharpening service?
Mhm.
I want to do a Festool live from there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be cool? Tour the
Yeah.
factory and
Where is it?
go and do
Yeah.
that. It's over in St. Louis.
Oh, really?
Yep, it'll be wicked cool. So there's all
It's
kinds
fun-
of things we're working on.
It's funny. I'm actually running a speed test right now because I was curious because what you had said. Download 670, upload 37.
Huh.
My upload is terrible. But if you're getting 11, that's really bad.
Oh, it was bad. I wonder what
Where
I'm
now? Where's
testing
the
at
build off?
now. Tampa at the Florida School of Woodwork.
I wonder if it would be faster down in Tampa.
Uh,
It would be. Look at the map
yeah.
on Starlink. I
Yeah,
mean, I
but
just know this as of 2 weeks ago, but it's okay. You got Verizon now, but I
yeah.
looked at the I looked at the projected data speeds and I was like, what should be the same thing? It's satellite, but it's not. And I noticed, and they may have done this on purpose somehow, but it seems like the East Coast side, really strong numbers. Like New York, crazy fast. And then like the West Coast was, but it looked like the middle of the country kind of dropped off about
Oh,
how fast it was. Uh, mine is mine is 309 download, 249 upload right
See,
now.
that's for the Verizon.
Well, this is for my shop,
what?
but I
Which one? Which one are you using fast?
for what who
Who's how you doing your speed check?
I'm
What
using the
app?
one. If you just say speed test in Google, it's the first one that comes up always.
Cool.
I'm doing it out of Chicago. It
That's
says
really high upload speed, and that's a Verizon hotspot.
no, not mine's not anymore. I have
Guys, you know what
dedicated.
mine is? Download 650, upload 910.
Yeah, that's really fast. That's
Yeah.
more
Who do
like
you
we have in our.
use?
I use a TDS and I got fiber optic.
Oh, you have
Remember,
fiber.
remember, remember when we first started, I was horrible and I kept getting freezing and all
Yeah,
of this. I said to hell with this, and I spent a few bucks. I said I want the max coming in, and I do.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing that. What did you say your Starlink was connection was? I found the screenshot of mine. What was it when you ran it? Do you know?
I do fast, FAST.
Yeah, that's what. But what was your speed when you did the Starlink?
Oh,
What was
it was upload. No, download was like 450, and upload was 1111.
okay? Mine was higher than that. It wasn't that bad. So that's
Yeah,
interesting.
Hmm.
yeah,
But you're in like JC, you're in Florida with the three towers. You'll be fine with the hotspot. That thing screams. I used to
yeah,
do beers with the boys and everything with that hotspot. There was only a
yeah,
few times I ever had issues.
yeah.
So
Yeah, no, everything worked real well. We were like, because I don't want to have to, because Kate, she's so wonderful, but I don't want to have her upgrade so we can do a Festool Live, you know. And she sent me a screenshot of what she did, and it wasn't her download was fantastic, but the upload wasn't where it should be.
got you.
So
That's good. You're all
I said,
testing.
hey, and I did that 4 months ago, so we had plenty of time to prepare.
It's good. I wonder. I don't. It shouldn't have to be anything you have to do when you go to a different region. It should automatically just work, right?
Yep.
You may have to turn it off and back on or something like that. But
Yeah,
other
and
than
we
that,
got 100 foot Ethernet cord, so we can throw it outside if need be.
oh,
We get
yeah,
our IT guys. They are all whizzes at Festival. I mean, whizzes. You should hear. Oh my God, they were like talking. I'm like, huh? One guy
yeah.
does. He's a first responder to all the big FEMA stuff, and he just says, "Hey guys, I got to leave." Whatever, takes PTO or leave of absence and goes and does his thing. And he was in North Carolina. He's done all the major hurricanes, and
Yeah, I've never had trouble with it working inside anywhere. I
yeah,
think as long as your phone works, it works.
cool.
That's the big advantage over Starlink because you don't have to have a clear view of the sky.
Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah, it was cool though. I learned a lot when we were trying to figure it out and aim it. You
Yeah,
know,
that app is cool. The app tells
it
you
is.
exactly where to turn it,
It's
and it's a
really cool.
square. You
Yeah,
turn
and
it
you
into a
got to go.
square. Yeah,
It's cool. And it makes a big difference putting it on like something stationary instead of just throwing it on the ground. We put it on a
yeah,
tripod.
yeah. That was one of the few things in my world that I dedicated like a part of a day to that I thought I was going to take a long time, and I got it out of the box, set it on the deck railing because it's like the
Yep.
temporary location for it for them, and turned the app on and turned it, hooked up the router, and it was like done. And
Yeah. No.
I was like, wait a minute, there's something else to do here.
Nope.
Done. That was
It's pretty
it.
awesome.
It was it. It was like almost like Apple was involved in the setup
If
because it
if
was easy.
if the only thing we needed it for was just to, watch videos and do all, it's fantastic,
Yeah.
and provide internet. But if you're trying to put stuff up there and post,
Yeah.
no, it's not that hot.
Yeah.
But and like you said, and I even said that to Chris. I said, I bet you it's better in Tampa. He said, probably, but do you want to gamble with that?
No. No. Yeah, it's not
No,
worth it.
because we're spending some extra money to do Festool Live down there, flying Chris down and everybody, to make sure it happens just right. And you guys are staying the extra half day, so thank you on
That's
that.
good. Yeah.
It's two and a
Thank
half
you.
days instead of a day and a half.
Oh,
So it's
This
gonna be
isn't the
pretty
all
awesome.
girl one, right?
Nope,
Okay.
All Star.
What weekend is it? I was asked to go, but there's something I'm doing that weekend.
Yeah, you're playing golf.
Oh, it's the first weekend in October, isn't it?
Yes.
Yup, not missing that one.
Nope.
he's going to be hitting a ball around.
Yes, sir.
That's the CCI Cup. That's the one thing I wanted to qualify for this year.
You
That's
did
good.
first tournament, didn't you?
I did.
Attaboy.
I did. I won. And then I didn't know that Nicole came home and she was like, congratulations. It's so cool to see. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you're number 8 for player of the year. And I'm like, and apparently the country club gives a points thing. And turns out I'm number 8 out of like 200 and something.
Nice.
Wow.
That's cool.
Should be number 1. No one remembers 8th place. No one.
You get, is it 8th place? You get steak knives or you get fired? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Number 1, you get a Cadillac. Number 2, you get steak knives. Number 3, you're fired.
What is that?
That's oh, come on, always be closing. What's that? Is that Alec Baldwin, Glengarry? When he's the oh, always be a closer. Always be closing that I'll look it up. It's like this unbelievable movie that I always forget the title.
This might be the first
Gary
time
Glen Ross. What is it? It's
the entire time I've known Sedge that I actually heard him quote a movie.
Yeah, because
I didn't think Sedge watched any movies.
not a comment.
okay. I was right. Glengarry Glen Ross. It is unbelievable. Always be closing. Number 1, you get a Cadillac. Number 2, you get steak knives. Number 3, you're fired.
Now I feel like I need
Third
to watch
place,
it.
you're
I-
fired.
I know a question I have that organically came up right before this podcast.
What?
Shoot.
When sanding, RO150 sanding, going through the grits, how do you all determine when your sandpaper is ready to change out?
Ooh, that's a goodie.
So I'm talking about the bow of the boat, and you know how you're thinking even, and you're like doing one side, and I try to even do my pattern kind of the same because I want to make sure that I'm keeping it even. And then I start thinking, well, I'm starting on one side, and I'm doing the pattern with like a fresh 120 and 150. And I thought, well, if I'm going to the second side, I'm going to the other side with a pad that's been worn, and it's not the same.
Switch it.
Switch it for if you want it to be even, you have to, don't you?
Okay, yes. So here's this is a question. How do I know? So a lot of people will say, hey, I start with 80 if they want to take something down. I always say, hey, you like to sand? They go, no. I go, then start with 40. It all depends on what you're sanding. Okay. So, a lot of people will start with 80 as a woodworker. And when they change their paper to put another 80 grit on, it's usually about 320.
Hmm.
Are you following me?
Oh, yeah.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. So what I always do is say I'm using 40. I have another piece of 40 nearby. So when I take a quick break, I feel each one. And if it's broken down enough, I put it on. I don't waste time. I was scolded by my mentor. He goes, you're not switching paper enough.
I think
And
I would think more people than not do that.
Well, because they want to save paper and use it to
Well,
its longest.
Yeah, true. And you also just think, it's still working. I still see it doing something,
Yeah, but boy, you're wasting time, right?
Yes. Yes.
And the other thing too is say I do 40, I'll do 60, 80, 120, 150. Some people will skip. If you skip too far ahead, you end up getting scratch pattern, or you don't spend time on that higher grit, you'll spend time on that higher grit.
Yeah,
So
that's so true.
if
So
you do
true.
40, well, let's do it what probably a lot of people do. They do 80 and they'll spend a ton of time taking something down and then they'll jump to 150.
That's exactly what I did today. That's exactly what I did. So it's funny. The light was coming in on the bow, and I was, when you use the longboard and you're doing those lines,
Yeah.
I did the 80 first, and I almost had like the lines were almost gone. Like I'm gonna move up to the next grit, and they wouldn't go away. And no matter how I kept doing it. And then I put 100 in there, and it was like two passes, and they were gone. The lines from the 80 were gone in two
It,
passes. And I was like, this is where they're talking about. Don't skip grits. So I saw it today firsthand. Yeah,
but the thing is yeah, it's scratch pattern, but it saves time
it
if you do
does.
it.
It does.
Okay, because then you'll take that 150 and you were going back and forth and it wasn't taking it down. It'll take it down in a larger
Longer
span of
time.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I risk ruining my perfect formed curve that I have. I'm going to
Yep.
spend too much time on it. I'm going to make a dip. So I'm glad I remembered somewhere in my past hearing don't skip grits. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not following the rule right. And the way the light was coming in, it was highlighting the scratches on that shiny bare
Yeah.
wood. And as soon as I stuck that next up grit on there, just two times back and forth, and I saw those 80s go away, those 80 lines. So it works. Got to use all
So
the grits.
say we lay up a panel for a table, right? And what you want to do first is level it, correct? So that's why people start with 80 and they take a forever time. If you drop it down to 40, everybody goes, it's going to leave deeper scratches. No, you will level it,
Right.
emphasis, level it quicker. And then when you go to 60, you're just taking out the 40 scratch pattern, and then you
Yeah.
take the 80. You will save so much daggone time. But what happens is people automatically say it's a woodworker's thing. Let's start with 80 because that's rough enough.
You're right.
So
I think
you don't start with 80 if you're sanding plywood because that's surface sanded at 120.
yeah,
Okay.
that's good to
And
know
I
too.
never sand above 180 because then I lose depth of penetration. Hey ho. And also,
Heyo.
hey ho, or also claw or adhesion. But people sand to 220 and then they complain that their finish is peeling or they're not getting the depth of their oil to go.
Right.
So, tops, you should sand at 180. I sand at 150.
Yeah, I'm going to stop at 150, and we're going to go clear finish after that.
Yeah, and
So
when people go, oh my God, that's a nice finish. Yeah, it's I say what they go, what'd you sand to? 220? I go, no, 150. What you're feeling is the finish.
Right. Yeah, you just want it smooth and
Hmm.
no visible lines.
Exactly.
Well, you know, another funny argument that I always hear when I tell people, I'm like you, Sedge, I very rarely will I go to 180. Very rarely. Usually I stop at 150. And when you're sanding plywood, it's great because I mean, really, you could just hit it with 150
Be,
and be good to go,
be done.
right?
Yep.
So 180 typically is the only time I will use 180 is if I have a really, really thin veneered plywood. So if you're buying plywood from the big box store, probably safer to not burn through it by going with a higher grit, right? But again, you still have the same issues that you're talking about with the adhesion. But I love the argument that people always make when they're like, well, I'm not going to use all those different grits because it's going to cost more money. And it's like, well, for one, you probably have up to, like most woodworkers, I bet you if you went in their shop, they'd probably have sandpaper up to 400 grit.
Yeah.
I bet you they would because they think that they need to go up because that's what's making it smooth. And the other argument that I always hear people say is, well, yeah, but what about the raised grain when you apply finish? It doesn't matter what you sand your work up to. If you're spraying a water-based finish, you're going to get raised grain. That's what the first sanding on your first coat is for.
Correct.
To fix that, right? So people are like, well, I'm not going to buy, 60, 80, 100, 120. Well, if you bought those, it'd be better than you buying 80, 120, 150, 220, 280, 320, and going up to all these higher grits that you really don't even need to use. So it's the same thing. You're just you're buying more of the lower grits and not buying the super high grits. You know what I mean? Because I agree with you. Like if you have a white oak, especially, right? You glue up a tabletop and you're trying to flatten it. Like good luck flattening. Like you're going to flatten it with 80 grit or removing the leftover glue from your glue up. You're going to remove it with 80 grit, but it's not going to be fast, even with the Rotex, unless you're digging in the edge, which then you get the ridges. So, 40s, 60, 80, 100, 120. And then maybe I take a random orbit at that point and do my final pass at 150 with that, right? But it would be way faster than going 60 to 120, because now you're sitting there. It's just like when I had my drum sander, and the thing I hated about a drum sander was when you sand with a drum sander and it puts all those stupid lines in your work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's say you ran it through the drum sander at 80 or 100, and then you're trying to remove those super deep scratch patterns with like 150, thinking, this sanded everything for me. Why are all these lines not coming out? Right? You almost have to like go back over it with the same grit that you put it through the drum sander in, right? Like that's what I had to do. Run
Did
it
your
through at 80. I'd have
was
to
yours
go back with
oscillating?
80,
Was it oscillating or was it straight?
just a straight.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
oscillating makes a big difference on that.
Oh, I'm
When I
sure.
when I have mine on oscillate, if I don't, I see the lines you're talking about. Sometimes I accidentally hit the button, but it makes a huge difference. I've never had anything but 80 in my drum sander.
No.
It works. I mean, you still have to finish, go through the grits, but it does a great job.
And
I
you
feel
have
like
an
it's just a
oscillating one, huh?
It's what?
Yours oscillates.
Yes. I've got the Jet 2244,
Nice.
and
Ronnie likes things that oscillate.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm glad I got that. I did enough research that I would have wished that I had if I hadn't, because it also is great for like ingrain cutting boards and things like that. It's a lot easier on them and not hitting them direct, kind of
Yep.
going side to side. I just hate putting sandpaper on it. That's the thing that would be the thing that would make me get rid of it and go to with a different brand. It's so hard. You
I
can
had
destroy
the
it. Those little clips,
Yes,
you
it's
don't
Mhm.
do it right.
freaking annoying.
And when they come off, you really can't do anything about it. It's like that's destroyed. That strip is destroyed because it fits exactly.
Let's
Um,
talk about drum sanders for a minute. Can we?
yeah, we're on the sanding topic. Yeah, sure.
So you have one, an oscillating one. Said you had one for
Yep.
many, many years.
Hmm.
I had one. You had the Jet. Ronnie has the Jet, and I
I
had
had the
the
I had the original Performex the year it was released, where they had a manufacturing hiccup.
old school one.
That's a very, very old first year it came out. Yep.
So I had the what's that brand? The black one,
Power Max, is it Power Max or something like that?
Supermax.
Super Max,
Supermax.
that's it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Super Max.
So I had the Supermax. Horrible trying to change the paper. Absolutely horrible. I hated it. Terrible design. Always had the scratch patterns. My question is, there have been times since I got rid of it. Well, let me tell you why I bought it. I bought it because I was redoing my kitchen. I built all new doors, and when I lived in Georgia, and I was like, this would be great to just run these things through and get everything nice and flat. It definitely did not go that way, but at the end of the day, it did what I wanted it to do. But I just found I never really wanted to use it all that much because of what I was experiencing and the pain in the butt with the sandpaper and all of the problems. I ended up selling it to, I think I sold it to Ed Mancini. I think he bought it. Um, and there's been times since where I've considered, maybe getting like a smaller one for certain things. I'm having a hard time, and I would love to hear your guys' input, determining what the benefit to having one of those are on anything other than if you're cutting thin veneers
I
or
had it.
end grain cutting boards. What are your thoughts? Like, what else? And Ronnie,
My
your answers might be a little different because you have the oscillating one and yours is pretty wide.
hmm mine, I know right off the bat, are cabinet doors. Every time I put doors in there, I giggle because like especially when you're using like I don't do as much, but I used to do a lot of raised panel doors,
Mhm.
and you would have just a very slight bit of off
Yeah.
when you look at the front of the face, and you'd put one pass through there, and it would make them perfection, like factory finish, and it just saved a ton of time about not having to obsess too much about them being perfectly aligned on that part. That's what I liked about it. I got the 2244 as it's open on one end, and you're technically supposed to put something in there and turn around and go. I've never done that before. I've never needed wider than 22 inches. That's been a great size, but I do have, quote, the ability to put it something twice the, or limitless. I guess
Right.
44, if I switch. I just don't even, I've never even tried that. I'm sure it works, but never even tried it. What about you, Sedge?
I bought it with the intention of taking things out of the bandsaw for bent laminations and
Yeah.
taking away the milling marks. And I never used it. Like I said, I don't know if I talked about it on here or Beers with the Boys, but I got a brand new conveyor belt for it because I was updating it. And to put the conveyor on, I went, oh no, because I bought it from an estate sale. The year it came out, they had a manufacturing defect. It was never thought through. To replace the conveyor was almost impossible. So a year and a half later, they fixed it, and it was easier to put the conveyor belt on. So I take it off. I jump through all the hoops, and when I put it back together, there was no way I could bolt it back together. It was about a 2 hour process. And I remember that because there was when I went to go work for International Tool that year, there was a big uproar, and on Tool Mountain there must have been 20 of these in returns.
Mm,
And I went, oh my God! And it was quickly fixed by the manufacturer. So I ended up saying, "Am I going to?" I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it back together, and I'm pretty proficient at putting things together. I said, "This is impossible." So I threw it away,
Yeah.
and I took the conveyor belt and returned it to Amazon.
I had to replace my conveyor belt recently. It's about 8 years old. It
It's
was I don't
easy.
it ripped. Well, it was one of those things where I put Cameron on it, and then he kind of got stuck. And we both looked at it. We had to YouTube a couple of things,
Yeah,
and there was a couple. We did something we had to go back and redo. I went too far ahead of ourselves, and
yeah,
it was a process. And you have to tighten it and make sure it's aligned. But
yeah.
I don't know how many times I've came into the shop in the morning and my conveyor's going because I
Because it's
turn
so
off.
quiet.
It's
Yeah.
so quiet. You know how you turn, there's two different switches. And I'm like, what's that noise? Because when you walk out of the shop, you turn everything off and you walk out and you come back in and it's just turning real slow all night long, turning.
Yeah. It's so Ronnie, you know how you guys could slip it on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This you had to take the motor completely off from the
I can't
base
imagine that. That's terrible.
because there was two brackets on the outside that
That's terrible.
stabilized it. And when you put it all back together, you can't put the bolts in the bottom again. And I remember
Wow.
Chuck, who was the machinery specialist at International Tool, he just looked at me and he said, "Don't sell that. They're already upgrading it and redesigning it."
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it was just unfortunate because the guy I bought it from was Blackie from Blackie's Welding. People in Fort Lauderdale will remember Blackie. He did all the mega yachts, and it was, you know what? But you know what? You live and you learn. So Jason, you said, "Hey, because I'm getting ready to get some vacuum press and bags because I want to do some bent laminations. And what's cool is all the ripping. I won't do it on the bandsaw. I will do it with the track saw. You know how that doesn't leave any marks anymore. It doesn't leave any saw marks if you do it right with a track saw and a 75. So I don't
Hmm.
need it.
True.
You just
True.
got to make sure you keep the sequence when you do it. Because I've done some bent lamination that way to show a class. And they went, "Oh my God, you can't even see the glue line." I go, "Uh huh."
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some bending forms, hopefully in the next year or two.
Yeah, I've been uh I was on vacuum press last week because I've been thinking about like next year I want to start getting into some more intricate type things. I keep watching too many freaking Nick Padula videos and seeing all the bent lamination stuff he does. But I was up in the air. I was like, which pump to buy?
I'm going to get, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to get the Pro Series blue. It's the
Blue?
blue one. I'm not going to get the small ones. I'll just get the big one. But
Isn't the
not
blue
the,
the biggest of all of
no,
them?
no, no, no. It's,
Or is it the green?
Jesus. I think it's the $900 one. It's the first of the Pro Series, I think it is.
Ah,
It's the lower end of the Pro Series. Do you have a vacuum bag, Ronnie?
I don't. And the reason why, it's the same as my sharpening story. I get overwhelmed every time I look and I can't make a decision. So
Yeah.
if somebody like one of you were like said, I got this, this is good, get this bag, I would get one. But
So what'll happen is I want to get this by the end of the year, and I just inherited from Garrett this unbelievable cherry veneer. He's had it for 20 years. He just gave it to me. It's a box. It's a big rolled up box of veneer that he's had. And I unrolled some of it and I freaked out how sweet this is. And then up above in my shop, I got all these small pieces of flitches of veneer. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to put some together and because I love veneering. And then, Jason, you know, you were over yesterday and I got that veneer scraper, that number 12 in
hmm
that antique buy I did. And I'm going to refurbish that. So it'll be a
that's
fun
good.
2026.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I definitely have that on my list. I want to do more with that. I just every time I start dabbling, I get a little overwhelmed and I back off.
Yeah,
But
I've seen them use vacuum pumps for repairing on hulls on yachts. It's unbelievable. They make
yeah,
custom gaskets and everything. It's
that's
unbelievable. It's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that and for clamping.
Yeah, and the thing is it's the bags, right? But it's also the setup of it. I'm gonna set it up on my STM. I'll do my melamine plat. I've vacuum bagged with friends in their shops, and it's a process. You got to make your platens and everything. Uh,
Mm.
and but it's cool when the results are fun. I don't want to say it's easy, but
I'm sure there's quite the learning curve to somebody doing it for the first
well,
time. That's what intrigues me
first
about it.
time, yeah. But you got to remember, you got to get the urea formaldehyde, the cold press glue. I had some two-part stuff because I was doing it with a friend, and it has a shelf life where they have now a cold press glue. And by the way, go watch the series of videos that this guy. I got his book right here on my desk. Hang on. It's this is a great book, Vacuum Pressing Made Simple.
Okay.
Oh,
It's by Daryl Keel, and that's the guy who owns Vacuum Press. It's out of Maine, and he's got a
Awesome.
series of videos on it. They're older, but they're great because it explains, hey, the difference between vinyl bags and
hmm
polyurethane bags, the difference between each of the pumps that they sell and why.
I've
And then
been
he gets
watching
in.
some of his videos, so I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Do
Yeah.
you think? Hey, I got a question for you. Do you think he's reading? You ever watch
Uh,
him? He's
yeah. I
reading.
mean, maybe, or he's just
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
He is the expert in the world on vacuum bagging, period. The guy's great. He owns Vacuum Press, and that's the only place I ever consider buying from. There's some other ones out of California that are good, but why not buy from the expert?
Yeah.
I was looking at the green, the compact 300 3 CFM, but maybe I'll go with the 6. I watched his video where he was talking about like which one do you need and why is one this and
Yes.
one that, and it's like they'll do the job, but
Yeah.
the higher the CFM, the faster it's going to evacuate the
S-
the bag, which means you're going to get it in
s-
position much quicker.
So here's a great tip already, and it came from a really cool guy. Because I think he has that 6 CFM. That's the one I'm considering. You know, Greg Pellini,
hmm
super cool guy. You know what he does first? Takes a CT, puts it into the bag
Yeah,
to suck out most of the air, and then he hooks it up.
yeah.
Ah, smart.
Smart guy.
That's smart.
Uh,
Which bags would you get?
Oh, I'm gonna get a small and a large for like the 4x8 or
But
five
what
by 10.
material?
Oh, I'm going polyurethane. I'm going for the toughest, and I'm not gonna get the zip bag. I'll get the regular bag. That's fine for me. But I'm gonna get the polyurethane.
The bags are not cheap.
No
No, they're not.
kidding, but
That's
it's the
that's
puncture resistance of it is good. Did you see the video on that? The vinyl versus polyurethane?
Not yet, no.
Watch it and
Wow.
vinyl's tough, but polyurethane's tougher.
I
30
could
mil industrial extruded polyurethane vacuum press zipper bags
Oh yeah.
between $1,100 and $1,400.
Oh yeah. But those are the
Yeah.
zipper ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cameron goes cruising in his Jeep. He puts them on the back of his Jeep just to impress the girls.
Well, you want to
Girls
hear
are
something
like,
And
crazy?
he'll say, "That's not my bag, baby."
they'd be like, "Is that Cameron? Is that a polyurethane bag you got on the back of your Jeep?" Why, yes, it is. It
That
has a
has got
zipper
to
on
be
it.
the most expensive zipper I have ever seen in my entire life. Because
Well,
now 30 mil industrial extruded polyurethane vacuum press bags, 197 to 781.
okay, so really quick,
Wow.
the thing with the zipper, because I have friends down in Fort Lauderdale who get the zipper bags.
Zipper.
They coach me on this. Okay, so you have to slide everything in to one end of a
Mhm.
poly or vinyl bag where the zipper opens on all three sides. So it's easier to position stuff, put it over, and then zip it around all three sides.
Wow.
Yes, I've been doing my research.
And when you were talking about puncture, I was thinking about like even if you had a piece of 3/4 and you're putting veneer on it, that point on the 4-point corners are sharp when they're under that much
But
pressure.
also you have a top plat and a bottom platen, and you put roundovers on them. You
So
break the
you're
edges on everything
so what about when
That
you
the
say
bag
puncture
touches.
is
to sandwich them. Yes, you do a lot of sandwiching between melamine.
where would the situation be when you're doing like a form? Is that where you'd run to a
Yes,
point?
you
Okay.
you put a bending form in,
Mm, okay.
and that may have sharper corners.
My research stops at bags. That's where I like what Jason was just pointing out. I'm like, I don't want to. And you know, it's funny. I see something in common. I did it with the sharpening too. When it's not cheap solutions, you want
Yes,
to research more because you're not just like,
yes,
I'm just going to buy all of them. It would make it a lot
Right.
easier. But when you see the price of them, you're like, well, I don't want to buy the wrong one.
Right.
And and then that's where I stopped. I was
Yeah.
like,
The website's
that's what.
really good. I've been on
yep.
it a few times recently, and like they have a great forum. The tons of videos are on there, and they are very helpful. Because like I watched the pump one a couple of times, or the different videos they had on pumps, but they have quite the. I didn't know that he was wrote that book.
I swear that's not my pump, baby.
That's a
Understanding
that's a
and
good one to
choosing
get.
veneer tape,
Oh
using
yeah.
vacuum for clamping,
Hey, listen,
vacuum bag
vacuum
repair.
vacuum pressing is one. Veneering is a whole other skill,
Yeah.
Yeah.
big time. And hey, Jason, guess where you live? In the veneer capital of the United States, Indiana. Did you know that?
No, really?
That's
One of the
interesting you say
top
that.
veneers is in Edinburgh, and there's another top veneer here in Indianapolis. And I know friends. I have friends that ship logs from Germany. They're a U.S. company. They buy logs all over the world and ship them to Edinburgh and Indianapolis for veneering.
I've been there.
Who's
They
in
do
Edinburgh?
they do
I can't remember the names, but
I
Mark Adams
can't
used to take tours over there.
Ah,
they do veneers for private jets and yachts. That's
Yes.
their biggest customers.
Um, I
hmm.
had a yacht. I had a friend. His name was Jimmy LaCourse. He bought a log of curly maple. I mean, bird's eye maple, and he had it veneered in Edinburgh. And when this was the coolest thing, guys. He had it all laid out and numbered. And when he did it, it was a 3 floor spiral staircase or regular staircase in a yacht, and all the walls were out of bird's eye maple. And he says, "See how the staircase is in the middle?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "If you really think about it, start looking at all the matching grain I did in here. You are standing in the heart or the pith of the tree."
No way.
Way.
That's cool.
That's the type of craftsmanship that these people hire for yachts.
Yeah.
So it was
Is
like
that
you looking up and you're like standing inside of the tree
you are the
looking at.
heart of the tree. That's what
That's
the
cool.
owner wanted. So the best cabinet makers, furniture makers, craftsmen work for the mega yachts. You know why? They get paid well.
And they get to work with the best materials.
Yes. And sometimes it doesn't matter how long it takes, they want it done right.
That was
I wonder if
cool.
they use Milwaukee tools.
All of
I,
them. The pack out is awesome.
Yeah, the
they
pack
have
out is
some.
very popular in the mega yacht industry.
They have
It
some
really is.
big time machinery there, huge, like that slices are, and then they have big vacuum that comes down like press, and they do custom panels for all the different manufacturers on different things. Like on that lightweight core panel, they make planes. They use on
Yep.
planes. It looks like wood, but it's like a almost a weightless wafer honeycomb
Yep.
kind of material.
Honeycomb. Yep.
Yeah, it's so
And
cool.
and they have that aluminum honeycomb, and that's what
Yeah,
all that hull material is made out of on yachts.
yeah, that's what the rounded edge is aluminum strip, and you got honeycomb on both sides that meets it, and then they
Yep.
wrap it in veneer. It
There's
looks
a
so
name for that stuff.
substantial. It looks so substantial, and it's strong, but there's no weight, very little.
Yep.
It's cool.
And say in the yacht business, it saves on fuel,
Yeah,
and yeah, and same thing with aircraft.
yeah, it's really neat. Very cool.
I only want to do some sort of bent lamination in one project so Patrick can stop talking all that crap about me never putting any curves in
Uh,
my pieces.
Listen, all lamination you do is called bent lamination.
I just want to I just want to do one project. Just one. Be like, this one's for you, Patrick. Here's your stupid curve. And then I
I'll
want to
tell you.
light it on fire
Oh,
I'll
do it.
tell
We'll
you.
have a burn pit.
on the video.
I've learned if you're ever doing a project that's a curve, double your price of whatever you're going to charge, because it adds a lot of complexity to a project, no
Well, you
matter what
know,
type of
something
curve
that
it
I
is.
always wondered, like, so obviously, like, I hate angles and math and figuring all these dumb things out. However, some things would be fairly simple. But when I see guys like Padula and he builds that, bed with the backdrop is just all these amazing, beautiful curved pieces that intertwine with one another and figuring out like the exact angle that needs to be cut on this bend to get it to attach to whatever he wants. Like that's where my mind just draws a blank. And I'm like, how did you figure out exactly how that needed to be curved and bent and how long it needed to be in order for it to meet exactly where you needed it to meet? But I think it would be fun, right? Because like I don't know. I've said it before and I've talked to you guys about it. Like I'm tired of doing like cabinetry projects, right? Not that I'm never going to do them and they're good for like YouTube and all that, but sometimes I just want to get out in the shop and like build something and challenge myself because I
That's it.
miss the part of woodworking where I had to figure things out.
Yep. You got to challenge
Yeah,
yourself.
I think it would be fun to do a project on your own. If you're doing it for a client, I think it could be stressful. It would take the fun out of it.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it for yourself and you know that if something goes wrong, you're going to be okay with it, I think it would be fun because then you're
Yeah.
just playing around, which you would be, and that's good.
Well, I mean, I'm going to do that poker table that I talked about,
Hmm.
but for me, it's not, I mean, there's parts of it that are, new but I've done it before, right? Like there's nothing on this poker table that I'm going to do that I haven't already done. I just think the result will be much better and I have better tooling and I've learned a lot since doing the first one. So that's kind of why I want to revisit it. But when it comes to like complexity, it's not a super complex thing. And Ronnie, I did watch that video that you sent me. And what's so funny about it is that there's certain aspects of it that I'm like, yeah, like the base. Like I was thinking, because somebody had asked me today, because I did a poll on Instagram, like if I should do white oak or if I should do walnut. And overwhelmingly, the answer was walnut. So I'll be building it out of walnut. But then people were talking about, I had a few people write me. Jeff Fitzsimmons was one of them. And he was like, I got a solution for you. Do white oak and for, the top and do walnut for the base. And I'm like, I'm actually not a fan of mixing woods. Never have been. Especially, walnut and white oak specifically together. I don't know. It's just a personal thing for me. But then I said, well, there's actually not going to be a base for it. I'm actually building the top. And the whole purpose of building this is to make it easily stowable for somebody because
Oh, okay.
that doesn't want it. It's going to have fold out legs basically, which they actually make legs specifically for poker tables. Um, but that's kind of the whole premise of the YouTube video. However, I'm donating it to my country club because they have a whole group of old guys that play cards there all the time and they don't have a proper poker table. So I was like,
Oh, that's
I don't
cool.
need it. I'll give it to the country club. And then my thought was, well, if I'm putting it at the country club and it is going to be permanent, it might be kind of nice to just have like a base for it. So now I might make a base, and I really liked the way that he made a matching octagon base.
Hmm.
So I probably will take that, but the way he built the top, in no planet would I have ever thought about building the top that way. It was amazing work and amazing craftsmanship, and like the end result was beautiful, but it is so much more complicated than it ever needed to be. But the end result was amazing.
Hmm.
But like when I looked at that and I'm like, look at all these separate little pieces that he's cutting and putting in here and putting in that. And then he had to build
It's
this and then inset this into that and made sure it was perfectly centered. And I'm
it
like,
was
that's,
Norm Sedge,
yeah,
Norm's
Oh,
build. He
yeah.
built
The
it.
poker
I
table's beautiful.
it's been years since I saw that one. I just remember he had one out there that, and
oh
that's
yeah.
why
I watched it. I mean,
I sent it to.
it
Yeah,
was a fun video.
yeah. I would like to. I didn't have to, but I just went and found it after podcast before I forgot, and I sent it over to him. But
Yeah.
I think that one fell towards the end of his filming when he had more skills, like fine furniture skills. I think that was when he started transitioning away from furniture. Or did it seem like it was an early one, or did it seem like it was a later one?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I've seen almost no This Old House videos.
No, I mean New Yankee Workshop is the one that Norm's
Or New
on.
Yankee.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
New Yankee
yeah,
Workshop.
yeah, yeah.
I
Whenever
could
you're
count
just
on one
like,
hand how many episodes I've seen.
his stuff is still pertinent. Like if you ever watch, you'll
For sure.
pick
Oh,
up on little
absolutely.
tricks. Even though he doesn't have like dominoes at the time, they didn't have all these things that we have now. The way he builds things, you're just like, okay, that's you'll just pick up on things. So it's worth watching it. And they are all. I don't think they're all out there, but most of them are out there on YouTube now. Recently,
Yep. Oh
I
yeah.
used to watch ghetto versions of them, and now they're
Uh,
actually out there.
they made a big push during the pandemic to get them all out.
Yeah, and so it's really handy because you
Yep.
can actually search for them, and they have them out there. They have, I think I saw yesterday they have 270,000 subscribers already, and it's been probably maybe a year they put it out there, maybe two. You said they
Yeah.
put it out during. Well, they may
Pandemic.
have started. They started
They
during it, but I
started
think
it.
it took them a while to get those
Oh,
out.
absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they've been rolling them out steady since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's good. Well, I thought it might be definitely worth watching. I wonder if you could do both. Could you make it have a base, and then if they wanted to not use the base, the legs could come out of it?
Well, that was the conversation. I think I did some stories about that. I'm if I build a base, like then would I include that in the video and say,
Optional.
here's the plans if you want it to be a stowable one, but also included in the plans is how to make the base should you choose to do that. And then just basically the video would just be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Um, I'll probably do both because then you're not, if I have a picture of the poker table and it's on those legs, it might immediately turn people off that are like, well, no, I wanted to make a proper poker table that had a nice base. Um, so now that just gave me an idea of like for the thumbnail, one side could
Yep.
be it with the
Yep.
folding legs, the other side it could just say, stowable or permanent or
Yes.
something like that.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
video will show both ways and give people the option.
Yep. That's
Great
something
idea,
that
Ronnie.
that that works. It's always easier when somebody else looks at it after you spend a lot of time on it. Somebody looks at it
Yeah.
a different way.
He comes up with a good one every 50 episodes.
I
Yeah.
wish I'd come up with my own ideas. I'm always better at everybody else's.
Yeah. We'll switch. You build my poker table, I'll finish your boat.
Okay. Wait till I'm almost done. He'll be like, and brush done.
And then you could just come up here and stay at the house. I mean, your clothes and everything are already here.
True. True.
Yeah.
When you ever you go out of town, I have my own
Yep.
drawer.
Yeah.
I'm in that drawer that sticks.
Yeah.
You never open.
Ronnie's drawer.
The one you never open. That's funny. That's
Why
funny
does this
stuff.
drawer on my dresser have a lock on it? My wife just says, "Don't worry about it."
Don't worry about it. Oh, I see that sticker on there. It's got a Benz, and then right underneath it, the three sprinters with their little cartoon pictures on there.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Fun stuff. Hey, did we talk about how soon SplinterCon is? Have we talked about that?
Con,
Gone.
Gone. Gone.
Gone. It's coming up
con,
fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
couple
Super
weeks.
fast.
Very fast.
So
I got Mark Adams this weekend. Then the following weekend I'm at Von Tobel, and then the following weekend is SplinterCon.
Gone.
Con.
Con. Be
Yeah.
there.
It's going to be fun.
Then the following week is Tampa.
Build off.
All
build
week,
off.
Monday through Saturday.
Oh, you're leaving on Monday?
Yep, got an 8 o'clock flight. And then I'll start setting up Tuesday morning early. Yeah, and then instead of rushing out of there on Friday afternoon, Lucy's staying Friday night, which she usually does because she lives in California. So I'll fly out early on Saturday morning.
I'm doing the
Nice.
same.
Really? You
Mm-hmm.
gonna stay Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Wicked cool.
Yeah, I don't know yet if we're staying there. We talked about maybe going over to like south of Tampa, but I don't know what we're gonna do.
Are you and Cam both going, Ronnie?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who else is going to be there? Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, I
Or is it a
mean,
secret?
I don't know if it's everybody. Mike Coffey, Alma. I'm trying to think. I can't even remember
Jason
right now.
Hibbs,
Is Mike still going to go?
Who?
Mike Coffey. Yes,
Coffee?
last I heard he was.
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened to him?
No.
He had a stroke.
What?
What?
You guys didn't hear this?
No.
When?
Like a week ago. Yeah, he posted his stories. He sent me a message randomly, which was really weird timing because I was just thinking about him like the day before, and I hadn't talked to him in a while. And I randomly get a message, and he was on the phone with Jess, the Living Timber Co.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like on FaceTime, and it happened then. And so she ended up, I guess, I don't know exactly how it worked out or how it happened, but she's the one that ended up calling like the
911.
paramedics or ambulance or 911, whatever. And then he went to the hospital. He talked about all this on his stories just the other day, but he found out that he has a small like hole in his heart that is that caused this. And he told me that he has no noticeable side effects from it, but
He's lucky.
yeah, he was out of it, and then he got COVID while he was in the hospital.
Oh God.
And so he was recovering from that, and he's going to be getting surgery to have whatever. He says that apparently it's a very, very simple fix. But yeah, it was
Gosh, I
it was
know I
the
didn't
whole
know.
thing. Like this just recently happened.
Keith Johnson. I'm slowly remembering people. Nolan Thompson, I think, is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody who's been there before. So
Farmer,
Jason Hibbs can't make it.
Farmer, Bud Farmer.
Bud Farmer. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
There's some really good teams.
is
Bummer.
Jason
Wish I could go.
Is Jason
Nope.
Hibbs going to come into Bourbon Country here? Because I know that was rescheduled for fall. I wonder if that's
What, on the way there now? He's going somewhere right now.
I know he was going to go to Buffalo Trace, and there was the flooding in spring, and they told him they want him to come in fall instead. So I'm wondering if that's where I think he's going to be coming soon.
He's going to something with the Ford ambassador thing. He's all linked up with Ford.
But that's also in this area. That's like
Yep.
45 minutes away from here.
Yep.
This weekend is also the Texas Woodworking Festival, which we will not be at. This will be my first year in the last 3 years that I'm not there.
Because it was just too close to SplinterCon.
Too close to SplinterCon.
Yeah.
And Sedge had to do Mark Adams.
And Sedge had to do Mark Adams.
Sedge
Yeah,
had
we
to-
were supposed to have a booth, and
Yeah. I think we made the right decision, don't you all?
I mean,
Yep.
I'm 100%. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
be out of town this weekend anyway, but
And I already reached out to you guys to check for 2026. I'm going to be doing Mark Adams again. I sent you the date. You guys said yes, I will work with anything.
yeah, I mean, it's so far away. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just unexpected because the last 2 years it's been in November.
I know.
So we booked the thing, and then all of a sudden, right after we reserved it, then he's like, "It's in September."
Yeah, that's a
I'm
different.
like, "Of course, it's the one weekend that Sedge is at Mark Adams."
Yeah.
But
20,
it's always next year.
2026.
That event's going to be really. I think it's getting way more popular. Like, I'm kind of bummed that I'm not going to be there this year because, from what I've heard, quite a few more vendors are going to be there. Quite a few more people are going to be there. But it's all right. Next year will be bigger, better, more
Ready.
fun. Yeah.
I wonder what the date for next year. Do they already have the date for next year?
No, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably be around the same time, September timeframe.
Oh,
Before we end this episode, usually we already talk about this, but I did want to shout out a new tool sharpener patron,
Oh, cool.
Mr. Nick Ryan.
Oh, excellent.
welcome.
Welcome, Nick.
Welcome, Nick. I
Yeah,
met
the
him
rest-
this weekend up at Johnson's Workbench.
Oh, did you?
Yep. He became a
Nice.
patron on Sedge Tool.
One of my
Nice.
favorite restaurants in Lexington was Nick Ryan's, and the guy who founded it just retired and he's closed it down. He started it
kidding.
because he wanted a restaurant that didn't exist, so he created himself when he was in his 80s and ran it. It was amazing for like 8 or 9 years, and he closed it down. It's called Nick Ryan's. It's kind of
What a
cool.
bummer.
Yeah.
Nice. Nick's really cool. Nick, thank you very much for signing up with us.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Oh, actually, we do have one other patron 5 days ago, Mr. Brett. I'm going to say Willie,
Oh, Brett Willie. All right.
Brett Willie.
Willie. I
Yep.
speak to
Wicked
him
cool
fairly
guy.
often.
Wicked
I went
cool.
to school with a Matt, and it was Willie, so we'll go with Willie.
Mike Holmes became an apprentice again.
Nice. Thanks, Mike.
Oh,
I think
Second time's a charm.
Yeah, something with the card. It happens every once in a while.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you get another shout out. And we don't usually do these upgrades, but I'll do it because I'm looking at it now. Brian Roberts upgraded from a floor sweeper to an apprentice.
Nice.
That's what all the
Making
cool
good-
kids are doing,
Making good choices in life.
making good choices.
I heard Dave Ramsey recommended that if you're a patron, you should up at least 2
Yes,
levels.
it's
That's
part
what
of
they-
his baby steps now.
Yeah.
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 I think it's
Baby
actually
step
baby step
one.
one before paying off your house and your credit cards
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Become a member. That way you know how much money you have to spend on all the
Yeah.
other things. But becoming a member of the Three Splinters podcast is obviously really, really good for your financial freedom in the future.
Yeah.
So
He would
Yep.
say, I can tell I can tell where your priorities are and you're in a good space. That's what he would say.
yeah,
Thank you, Dave Ramsey.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
the
Dave
endorsement.
yeah. He was supposed to be on tonight, but he had a
Busy.
problem with his private jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Starlink went out.
It got repossessed.
No, but we want
Didn't pay
to
the
close
loan
this
on it.
out. we will thank our gold level sponsors for the con here in just
Con.
a couple of short weeks. Con Leather by Dragonfly, Forge 3D, Celiche, KM Tools. Last but not least, Rubio Monocoat. Thank you so
Woo!
much.
Thank you,
Can't wait.
everybody.
Going to be a great event. Thanks for listening to episode 200. I know we didn't have anything big planned, but that's because it's not episode 203. So
Yeah.
That's right.
203
203.
is where it's at.
when 203 gets here, it's going to be huge.
Huge. Huge. Got a lot of plan. Huge.
Yeah.
It's like a disappointing thumbnail.
Yeah. I think we're going to do it from China.
All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye.